of these teams. It's the Florida Atlantic Owls and the Army Black Knights. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with Coach Monken before the game. He is so excited to lead his team out onto this field where he was a player himself. He has waited his turn. It is a full circle moment for him. And he said, I cannot wait to be the head coach and be the leader that I had when I was a player. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Black Knights kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22. So Army's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here comes, for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920, so imagine now with all the technology and how...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
How about this defense coming?
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Looking for an early chunk play, read option to the right. And he probably should have just handed that one off. He is snowed under in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pulls it again on the option. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Black Knights with the 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Makes the grab. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver. And man, their fans have been hungry to see that. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Now on the move. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback keeps it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. One final play before the end of the quarter. Running a read option to the left. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. To the ground to try to move the chains. Finding some room. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And 3rd down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the 1st down.
Listen, just to be on the field on 3rd down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on 3rd down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox.
Off the play fake. Buying some time as he moves left. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. On the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Stopped cold by this defense. They tried to fool him with the run, and nobody was... They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quarterback now breaking the field. Still running at the 40. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Black Knights want to pick up the tempo.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been...
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. The play action fake. Looking down the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Took a shot as he threw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
On the option. Might have a chance. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air, extending the play. Short gain on the play before he slides.
And we've already seen it a couple times now. Like, he is more than willing and actually quick. He's quick to get those puppies moving and get out the pocket and go scramble and make a play. If this defense is paying attention, his feet is a big part of this game plan.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And there's no mystery as to why.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. They'll send the back in motion. Finding an escape route. They didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here comes the option. Quarterback Keith breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch,
snags it and he's open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Black Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. Wide receiver going in motion. The option look. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And the offense almost exhausted all of their options that time. On the option play, third down, it wasn't the running back. It wasn't the quarterback. That had to go to the pitch man, and he barely was able to pick up the first. Good execution, great decision-making, and the drive stays alive.
The Black Knights in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run the option. Pulls it and runs it again. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield, it's Dawson. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple yards short. And guys, Florida Atlantic is on top. They've built a cushion, they've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Motion from the back. They'll power it inside with the fullback. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week one clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. There's some room. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And the Black Knights pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Black Knights! They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gets it out quickly. He's not going to make it, stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this. The Black Knights offense will go to work. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go on with the W. Pulls it on the option, and he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play. So now it's second and long. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on fourth down. They'll go for the hat trick. Here's the pressure. Buying some time. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
Army sends its offense onto the field to start the drive. So this hasn't been the most prolific day for them, but boy, would they love to take advantage of getting that turnover right here. Got enough space. Touchdown, Army! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, it's so nice to have an offense that can do so many different things and attacking different ways. When you run the option the normal way with a running back, the defense knows how to play it. But how about this? The receiver out wide, now a little confusion. QB takes advantage and punches it in for 6.
And the extra point is good in the lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. The give to the fullback. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
And they're kind of going to their closer now, right? Like they give it to the physical guy that gets downhill, north-south, right away, hard to tackle, falls forward, paving holes, and this is a good opportunity for this offense to keep pounding and try to run that clock out.
I know this is disappointing, but plenty of teams have suffered early losses and come back to have great seasons. I mean, think of 1983 Miami, one of the great teams of all time. Blown out in the opener, won the national championship.
Well, some of us weren't alive. Everybody probably playing this game wasn't alive, put that comment. But yeah, great example, Reese. But listen, your season isn't over. Things still down the road for you to look forward to, still improve on.